Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm so glad to have you here today. Today, we're going to learn three things. You're going to learn how to use AI to automate your leads. You're going to learn how to create something that gets you leads, and you're going to learn how to get those leads in front of the people that want what you have. Okay. So I'm Tara Patton Weisner. I own Weisner Ads. And what we do is we create ads that generate income for you or for your clients regularly every time somebody clicks on them. And the way that we do that is we use AI. So a lot of people ask me, what is the number one thing I need to know about AI, or how can I make money with AI? And so today I'm going to teach you how to make a digital product that is going to represent maybe what you're doing, like an ebook or something like that. I use a number of different tools, but today I'm going to teach you how to just make one thing with a platform called Manus.ai. It's going to make you a workbook. And then I'm going to teach you how to find people that want what you have and how to continue to get in front of those people. So the most important thing is to know what it is you're offering and who's you're offering to. So if you don't know those things, that's a great place to start. I can't uh, do that for you. That's something that you get to do. So, wonderful news is that whatever it is you decide you want to offer to people, or whatever it is you want to talk about, or whatever it is you already know about, or whatever it is that you have overcome for yourself, you can take that, like me, learning how to use AI to create ads when I was already in the ad space for a long time, and how I started this journey. So I started by learning a skill, and I took that skill and then put it in front of people that needed what I had. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So this is interactive, but I'm going to just keep everybody on mute. And so if you could just put in the chat either where you're from or where you are currently at in the process, then we can go from there. Okay. All right. Welcome, Jacksonville, Florida. Thank you. All right. So, great. That's actually where I'm at too, here in Jacksonville. And I am just so excited to be able to show you a way to make money online because so many people are making a lot of money online, and it really makes me frustrated that more people don't know about how easy it is to make money online. So, what we're going to talk about is how do we start, right? So let's use an example. Let's go with mine about AI ads. So the first thing I did was I found somebody that was teaching the skill of how to create things with AI. And I learned that skill. And so I encourage you to do that if you're selling a skill. If you have a product, your life is even easier. If you have a coaching service, your life is even more easy because you actually just have to create the container to attract people. Something like this kind of training where you get people in one place and you can talk about what it is you do, and if it's right for them, at the end you can make an offer and they can hopefully purchase it, and you can help them to achieve their goals and dreams. So today we're going to go into a platform I like to call Manus, or I don't like to call it that. That is the name of it. And inside Manus, you can create a number of things from an ebook to any kind of research that you have. I also love to use Samcart as well because inside Samcart, you can create things that will generate checkout pages, and it'll connect everything. So the two things that people are missing that I talk with that are selling things online or want to sell things online is how do you take payment and how do you generate consistent leads? So, how do you continuously get people? I love paid ads because I've seen them work for over a decade. And I've been in the advertising industry since 1987 when I was taught. And I know that advertising works. And so I'm a big fan of that. If you have a digital product and you want to use ads to drive traffic to that, highly recommend. If you want to do coaching, then you would need to do something like this where you teach a free training, or you speak on a podcast, or you get in front of people that would be able to put you in front of other people that have a few $1,000s to get the result that you have already achieved. So let's use this example in the chat, right? And so here's my example. So we're going to start with Manus, and we're going to do an ebook. Okay, we're going to do an ebook and then we're going to drive traffic to it with an ad. So, and again, this is really simple. Like I mentioned, Samcart has great courses and it'll walk you through everything if you want to deep dive into the technology of that. But if you have an ebook, you don't even have to go much farther than that. You can start sending that ebook out to your current contact list. You can publish it on your social media platforms. You can send it as a text message even and say, hey, here's something that I just put together. Would you take a look at it? Let me know if you or anybody you know could benefit from this process. Okay, so I'm actually going to we're going to use this example that you mentioned in the chat about coaching. Okay, so let me just share my screen. And what we're going to do here is just create an ebook. So let's see, share screen two. Okay. So this is Manus. And inside Manus, you can do a number of things. You can create slides, you can build a website, develop apps, design more. Yesterday, I built something, it was called AI Marketing Platform for Realtors. Let me just show you some of this. And it just prepared an entire pitch deck in a matter of minutes that looks absolutely beautiful. It'll send you a link so I can look at all these files that it created in a matter of minutes because I was making a presentation about this. Here it is. So it made all of these slides. This is a great example about this marketing operating system that I'm creating for realtors. And it starts with the pain points. It does all the research for you. It comes up with your solution, has all these really, really pretty colors. These are all my colors. So as you can see, it did all of this. So if I was to say, okay, I need to make a PowerPoint presentation for this meeting I have, I usually would have spent a few days to make something like this. It would take a long time, right? And then it has all these other supporting documents here, a workflow that again would have taken me at least an hour to make all of this and to get everything straight because I'm one of those people that needs everything to be exactly in the center and da 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 da. Da. And it shows the workflow really simply. So all of that generated in a matter of minutes, right? So I'm giving you examples of like the things that you can do. Even this one, 30 ads for BeFreeAcademy.com. Obviously, I need to run more of these, um, but it will give you, like, look at this. It will give you ads. So what I do for people that want social media stuff, it'll give you ads for your platform. You put in the website, and it comes up with all of these things: how to do this, how to do that, design emails that convert, um, and it gives you your social media content for 30 days. So you can see that this is pretty intense, in depth. It's something that I probably actually couldn't create if if I was trying to do this. Like I wouldn't be able to come up with this. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go and we're going to make an ebook about let's see. I don't know how I got up there. We're going to make an ebook about reclaiming your energy. Like how do we reclaim your energy? So make me an ebook about the, let's see, getting connected. This is for Brittany, who's on the training. We're doing this, we're using this as an example. Make me an ebook about getting connected, or say reconnected to yourself. And changing your habits and how to get and maximize the fire horse energy to reclaim and speed up your results. Oh, oh, it's making something else. Okay, let's, I forgot about that. Okay, something else. So, all right, let's look at this other thing. We're just gonna keep going. This is something that I made for a talk I was doing on ad frameworks. And again, I just put in that's making it's selling digital products. It's making something else. So the most effective video ad frameworks in 2026. And it made all of these slides. Um, it's making right now selling digital products. This is a workbook that I'm having it make. It's pulling everything up. It's researching. You can see it, researching the topics, um, developing detailed content for each section. Uh, so while that's thinking and doing it, I'm going to come back to what it looks like to get more leads. So what does it look like to get more leads? Once you have something to sell to people, you're going to then either go through your phone or your email list, and you're going to start with the people that you think might need what you have or might know someone that needs what you have. And you're going to talk to them directly. I know. I know it's uncomfortable and I don't love it. Or you can post something on your Facebook or on your Instagram or on LinkedIn. Here's what I'm doing. Do you or anybody I know, or you or anybody you know want to do this? Then exhaust your personal network, which will happen probably pretty quickly. You'll hopefully get some leads then. Then you can go into the area where people are already doing what you want them to do. So when I say that, it's like for me, advertising, right? So I can go into the meta ads library. I have a stack of junk mail that I go through because if people are spending money on advertising via the mail, they probably have an advertising budget to do advertising with AI and on streaming platforms and on YouTube. And if they're sending things in the mail, maybe they need an upgraded strategy. So I have the people, my target market, all locked in, and I go and I put them into a spreadsheet and I say, okay, all these people that are in the money pages and in, my junk mail, I get their information and I send them the same thing. I send them the same ebook. I offer them some value, personalize it if I can. Hey, I see you sent this really nice thing in the mail. It's plastic, you're obviously spending a lot of money on that. Would you be interested in, an additional form of revenue and reaching an additional stream of people? So you have to find where your people are. So for coaching, for example, they're probably in other coaching groups because people that pay for coaching pay for a lot of coaching. I know I've invested six figures in coaching. So where could you find people in coaching groups? Well, you can do Facebook groups. That's a good one. You could do LinkedIn. You could go to some of the major coaches like that are similar to what you're doing. Like for you, Britt, it would be like Gabby Bernstein or Marie Forleo, and go and talk to their followers and the people that are following them and say, hey, would you be interested in doing this? Would this be something you would be interested, or do you know someone? I love the do you know someone because it's not as confrontational. Do you know someone who might need to reclaim their fire horse energy and reconnect to themselves? Right? So having those conversations are very much undervalued. A lot of people are like, I don't want to spend all day in my DMs. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But that's how you find your people. That's how you find the people that are willing to pay you what it is that you are offering them. And then you also have a way, like, coming up with a Stripe page or an invoice or a checkout page or something like that. So that when they say, yeah, I want that, you can shoot them a link or you can ask them for their credit card information. I was on a phone call the other day with a client. I had made a video for them. We started a streaming platform. They said we started advertising it on a streaming platform. They said we want to we want to reach an additional population. I said, great, where are those people? And I asked them rhetorically because, of course, as an advertiser, I know where the certain demographics are. And they are on YouTube. And I said, let's set up a YouTube video ad for you. And let's take the ad that you already have that's a little bit long and let's condense it. Let's make it 30 seconds so it'll hit with that younger population and we'll attach all the keywords to it. And so we have a strategy for how to get your ad in front of the right people. And what I'm learning more and more is that because everyone is so inundated with scrolling information and everything else, you've got to come at people with an idea. You've got to not just say, hey, this is what I'm doing. What do you think? You just, here, I'm doing this. It starts March 16th, and here's what we do to move through it. Here's your next step. Are you in? And you just give people that opportunity to call themselves hired, call themselves hired, to invest in themselves, to put some skin in the game, put their money where their mouth is. And by doing that and having that approach, and I even sometimes I'll go and look at what people are doing specifically and tailor my information to them. So my email, my phone call, whatever that looks like, specifically to, hey, I see, like, for example, this is a great example. I went to this intercoastal wellness center. They loved an ad I recently did. They reached out to me because they saw some of my other work, and they were like, "Hey, we'd love to get in on this." So I went in, had a whole idea for them. I did a little bit of a teaser clip because I knew what they were trying to sell. And I came at them with some value and I said, did you notice on your website there's something that says October special? Now we're in March. So that's a 6-month old pop up. And then there's another pop up that comes over top of it. And I explained to them, if you're going to proceed with ads, I would clean that up entirely. So they saw, oh, she's done her homework. She's been to our website. She's giving us value. She's telling us how we can level up and appear like we have been to our website since October, and appear more professional, so that the ad that she creates, which is very high level, which I presented, I gave them a whole idea. I gave them a whole script using AI, of course. I gave them everything right up front, and I said, you can take this, you can do it yourself, no problem. Happy to just, here's an idea. I'm full of them. I come up with them all the time. If you want to take my idea and do it yourself, great. But here's all this value right up front that I'm offering you so that you can get more leads, because that's what everybody wants. And as much as people don't want to do the research or the one-on-one, I guarantee you, if you just reach out to 10 people a day, 10 people a day, whether it be via email, phone call, text message, businesses, and say, hey, I'm so and so. Do you or anybody need XYZ? This is how I deliver it. Is that something that you or somebody would be interested in? And then they say, okay, yeah, that definitely. I need that. Great. Here's what the next steps look like. And you just walk people through that process. So today, what I wanted to talk about on our training today is sales, because that's what so many people are coming to me and saying, hey, I want to learn this, or I want to do this, but at the end of the day, I hear them saying is different than what they really are saying. And what they're really saying is, I need to make more money, and I see all these people making more money online, and I'm not doing it. Why is that? I'll tell you right now, it's because you're not talking to enough people about your offer. Guaranteed. I'm a part of a number of Facebook groups, and it's including the community that I signed up with, about 6 months ago, 7 months ago in September, to learn how to create AI ads. And, I charge premium price. I charge 1,500 for a 30-second ad, 2,500 for a 60-second ad. And I saw a girl in my community offering people $50 because she had sold 10 ads for $100. So she had made $1,000, but she now needs to make 10 ads. And she's overwhelmed and offering people $50. And I made sure to go in there and say, you're worth more than that. What are you doing? Why are you only charging this much money? I know I've seen your work. You're worth more. And she's like, well, that's what they offered. And I'm like, you get to say what you're worth, not them. And I think that's where a lot of us get stuck. So today's training is literally all about sales, and it doesn't have to be complicated. If you want to make a spreadsheet and put your leads in there, highly recommend. Keep it really simple, but just put a list of people that might need what you have, put their information, their phone number, their email, and then some notes in that spreadsheet. Hey, I reached out to so and so, here's what they said. And you just keep this spreadsheet. I have a software that I use that can be kind of complicated for people, but today I just want to keep it really simple. And go and find your ideal client, and then go and find more people like them. They're usually friends with them, I have to say, because you're like the 5 people that you surround yourself with. So they're usually friends with them. So if you look into their friends or their followers, or even if you say go into Instagram and you have somebody that you personally admire, somebody that you personally admire is probably along the lines of the people that you want to, mingle with, so to speak, or work with. And so you can go into their followers and look through their followers and start conversations with them. Now, I use a lot of automation. I use mini chat, which I'm a big fan of. So when you get a new follower, it sends them a link to this free training that they're welcome to come to. And every week I try to come up with things that people are talking to me about that week. And this week it's been a lot of how do I get more sales? How do I make more money? And guaranteed is to get in front of more people. Get real clear on what it is you're offering and then deliver it in a way that just makes it a no-brainer. Of course I want what you have. And then when people come up with objections, like, oh, that seems like a lot of money or this or that, they're actually just trying to overcome their own limitations as well. But a lot of times, if people are coming in with objections, it's because I haven't done my job selling what it is I'm doing very well. So I hope it's helpful. The Manus thing is still creating content. Usually it doesn't take this long. So I was hoping to show you the results on that. But you can also go to platforms like Samcart. You can go to you can go to a number of places where there is just an opportunity to create something that you can send people that has value. So that is what we're working on today. And welcome, Brittany. Ah, all right. I'm just gonna. So if you'd like to learn more about how to sell things to people and you need some support, please visit Wisner Ads, WEISNERADS.com. That's Wisner, WEISNERADS.com, and book a pilot call with me. I would love to talk more with you about your business or how you can get more business. Thanks so much for joining me today. And well, until next Friday, we'll see you soon.